Gotcha. Hello, hello. What day is it, Joe?
I think it's Thursday.
Thursday. I need to get a calendar in front of us so we can always dial in and have no idea what it is. Welcome to Donna and Cheryl TV. I've got an extra special guest today. I've got the gorgeous Joe Lakin with me.
Hello, hello. Very nice to be here.
And looking gorgeous. And I'm just laughing because we've got a very similar style tops on, complementing with the purple and the yellow very nicely. It's as if we did it on purpose, Joe. Oh, I don't know if that's me frozen or Joe. Is that me or Joe? When you dial in, let me know that you're in. Oh, right. Is it me frozen or Joe? Somebody tell me. Hello. Let me know if you can hear me or see me. Is it Joe?
I am. I'm back. Sorry.
Joe, oh, no, that's okay. I didn't know if it was me or you because it's usually me. Oh, good. As long as we're all together. So, happy Thursday, everybody. It's Donna and Joe here, keeping it real. We'll do Cheryl's little keeping it real and look terribly, yeah. Joe,
my kids would be just embarrassed already if I do that. I'd be disowned.
I love it. So we are here to talk to you today because because it's what we do, 12:30 every day, but it's also the 1st of October, and I love a new month. I love October. I can see there's leaves going all crispy and falling down. I love it, Joy. Do you?
I cannot believe how quickly this year has gone. I do. I love spring. It's like one of my favorite seasons, but I like this time of year where it's crisp, like you say, but there's still sunshine. So long as it doesn't rain, I'm all good with that.
I love it. It's like bright and fresh. And I just think, I know, Yvette, I think you were saying there's like a new moon tomorrow or something. So no doubt I'll have to set something on fire. It's usually my sleeves of my jammies. But it just feels like it's a really nice time to press a bit of a reset, to really have a little rethink and a refresh of what do we want to create, not just in the next 3 months, but how do you want to start entering 2021? Because 2020 has not panned out like anybody told me that it would. Like when I sat on New Year's Eve making those resolutions to self-isolate for 6 months.
It wasn't on my mood board. I have to say, on my vision board for 2021, I have to say, Donna, there was none of this on it.
There was none. I blame the cards. I clearly pulled the wrong cards out of the bag. But can you imagine? I mean, it's probably just as well we didn't know. I'm not sure how we would have felt going into this if we'd known what it was going to be like. Do you?
I sort of feel like that right from the start, which is if somebody had said to us right at the beginning of all the lockdowns and everything, that's it. You're going to be staying at home, hardly going out. You won't be able to see people, for the next pretty much 6 months. I think that would have been really horrifying. But almost what made it bearable is the fact that it's almost been in bits. And actually, which has always been a bit of an interesting one. But anyway, I think also that I've also been surprised how adaptable we've all become really to it on the whole. Yeah. And I know for some people it is really hard, and particularly if you're on your own. But I think on the whole, certainly for me and for the family, I've been really surprised how well we've sort of adapted to just a new way of being, really, more than anything else. So
absolutely. No, I agree. I've learned so much about myself, and about my family, and it's made us stronger in so many ways as a unit, which I kind of really appreciate. But as we go into this is the last quarter. I always think in quarters, I think it's the old corporate head. I don't ever let it go. But I don't think if in terms of start, like just what do I want to achieve by the end of the year, it is for me now, how do I want to enter into the next 12 months? Like what's my continuous piece of work look like? So what's my priority then for this next 3 months so that I really feel like I've made this year count from a calendar perspective, but I'm springboarding myself into next year rather than going, I want to, I remember one of our clients saying once, they would almost kind of go, well, anything that's in flight financially for the last quarter is kind of already done. And straight away then it was almost like you're taking your foot off the pedal. But I said, I think we do that with everything, like with diets, with healthing, it's almost to get in November, it's nearly Christmas, and everyone starts this ginormous wind down, and then you spend a couple of weeks in January picking it back up. So I don't know, like, how do you go into this last quarter? What's your head at?
It's been really interesting, I think. So because I've got a corporate role, I think one of the things we're doing, we are right in the thick of the whole, FY21 planning and all that. And actually, talking to you today has made me sort of think about that, which is we don't really think about it. As you say, we often take those milestones, the new year, as being the right, okay, let me think about what I need for the year. But actually, what we do in corporate is we start doing it a lot earlier before we ever get to a new financial year. Why wouldn't you do that for yourself? I think but in your sort of diet and things, there's a few of us at work which are just in the middle of, we've just all started Joe Wicks though. So we've all got body coach. So I don't know, it's definitely not Beachbody. I'm not sure I'm quite that, but we've sort of almost done the opposite. And it's maybe being sort of in the back of lockdown and suddenly feeling like you want to take control of things and want to do things differently. But I do think going into a new year or the next period of time, actually, it's a good reflection point, certainly. And I love the idea of it. Certainly that almost in a new month, but actually thinking of it longer than that, definitely.
Yeah, it's like a rolling. I'm continuous improvement mind, so it's that rolling 12 months brought from my corporate background, I think, where I just hit the stop start. I just wanted it to be ongoing progress, but now with that real sharpened view of what do I want that first half of my next year to look like financially, spiritually, from a health perspective, and it just keeps me focused on what the priorities are. And a lot of the time when I know I speak to people about this, especially women, they will say, when I say, what's stopping you really focusing on yourself, and one of the biggest blocks is always money, and then it's time. Which time, I'll talk about money another day, but time for me, and that's why I wanted to talk to you about this, because you've got a family, you've got a huge job in a big company, and yet you have created time to work on yourself, to work on doing Joe Wicks when people say to me, I haven't got time, I tend to be a little bit like a it's not to make it as a smoke screen. So talk to me about how you've dealt with the time thing.
I think for me, there's a couple of things about it. I think it's really important because actually I find sometimes the investment in those things, whether it be development and coaching with you guys or whether it be with the doing Joe Wicks, actually has been sort of part of it, is actually in a strange way, it creates time, because I don't know about anybody else, but for me, when I'm stuck, when I'm feeling really challenged, when I'm feeling at odds with the world, it takes up a huge amount of my time and my energy in my contemplations of it, of what's happening to me. And so by investing the time to spend that time with you and some of the things that go alongside with it, or because then it gives me different structure in my day, that actually I feel much more in control. Or I'm going to let the dog out of the room because he's... Oh,
is that the dog?
It's not me making any strange noises. I was wondering if I could ignore him, but I couldn't any longer.
I was miles. I was just listening to what you were saying, and when you said it, I heard the scratch. I was miles away.
It's all right. So I think, as I say, I think for me, it allows me to be more structured. It gives me more time. It gives me more focus. So rather than it feeling like an indulgence or it feeling like something I haven't got time for, that it's something that feels really important because it actually helps me create more structure and give me more time, which otherwise, when I'm in that chaotic frame of mind, I just don't have, sort of thing. So
yeah, it's really, but a chaotic frame of mind. That's a really good phrase, because that's what we're like. Is it's like, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, and then I've got to go and see my mum, I've got to do the shop. I haven't got time. I haven't got time to learn about it. I haven't got time to read. I haven't got time to meditate. It is just bullshit, isn't it? Like, it is this lie that we tell ourselves, haven't got time. We believe it. We don't see it as bullshit. We genuinely think it's a real thing. So
I remember somebody once saying to me, and I think it was with kids as well, as with that idea of, if somebody said that there was 50 quid for doing it, you'd find time to do it. So, you know, it sort of is about that prioritization. It is about time. It is about, again, part of working out what's important and how to get you unstuck. I have to, again, say, over the years, I've spent a few periods in my life where you really feel stuck, and I just hate that feeling. And I've sort of learned, and it's taken me a lot of years to know, is that there are things that you can do to get yourself unstuck. And it is about doing the things like having a bit of help from other people, getting that development help, and other things which help you get unstuck in whatever area your life is that you're sort of particularly struggling with.
That's really important, though, that message there. So it's like, if you're feeling stuck, which is just that there's a sense of unhappiness or frustration, or don't just think, well, that's me bed, I have to lie in it. Like, there will be another way, and you can't always see that. So whether it's talking to a friend or a coach or a mentor at work or whatever, it's about being open to the possibility that there's a way of doing it differently that you just can't see from where you're at. It's full forest fire thing, isn't it? You can't help if you're in it.
Yeah, no, and it's that thing about other people as well, and a different perspective, and that I it's getting to that point where you go, I actually can't do this on my own. I can't fix it on my own. I've sort of got, I'm so deep in the fire, to your analogy, that I can't do it on my own anymore. Is that I really need some help around me as well. And I think I've learned that those are the things also. It's a continuous then process, isn't it, as well? So
yeah, it doesn't end. And I love it. I actually love it if I get a call from someone saying, I feel stuck, and there's always an apology, like, I'm sorry and I'm burdened, but I just feel, I'm like, don't apologize. Like, I get really excited that you've identified that you're at that point where you know you need the lifeline, and that's great. You know, whether that's a friend, like I said, I'm not bothered who it is, but reach out to somebody. But when we're using, I haven't got time, the mystical time to fix it or time to analyze it. What we're really saying is either one, it's not bad enough yet for me to do something about it, because when it becomes painful enough, you will. And life doesn't have to be painful to be better. Like, do something now before it gets really painful. Or you're saying, I'm not a priority. It's usually one of those two things. Or the third thing of, actually, I know what would have to happen, I'm scared of it. It's like, you know, there's sometimes the options, we think something awful will happen if we deal with it.
It is, and I think that's really true, and I think it can change at different points. And that thing about not being a priority, I think is really, I think it's hard for mums particularly sometimes to do that. But I've also feel quite strongly now that also our job is to try and be good role models for kids, to be able to show them the example of actually that hour, that time with a friend, that thing is actually also really important for us as well. So, you know, in the same way you'd arrange play dates, or the same way that you would do things for other people, that actually doing that for yourself is also really important. To be able to own that piece for yourself is really important too.
I love that. That is role modeling, though, because do you want a role model like a frazzled, stressed out someone who never has any time for themselves and doesn't think they're important enough to do that? Because that's what our actions are saying. Role modeling, you can, you know, take care of yourself, be happy, do what fills your cup up, as well as looking after everybody else. It doesn't have to be either or, it can be and.
Yeah, absolutely. And that thing, isn't it, of if you look after yourself, you're just in a better place to be able to help other people and do other things with other people as well.
Yeah.
And that's that bit for me, I think, of, because that's something which I get a lot of, as you were saying about people ring you up, that's something that really, you know, feeds me, is that ability to support and help other people in my job role or other things. And if I am so stuck and I can't do that, then actually I'm not going to be able to do the other things as well. So really all good, important things, I think, in terms of, as I say, taking that time and getting a bit of help sometimes.
I love that. We've got some lovely comments. So Yvette's just saying, and just about to go ahead, doing work like this and exercise is meditative, yeah, which gives you a natural headspace, creating more time because time is an illusion. Absolutely. We've got the Newtonian 24-hour clock thing going on. I'm not saying I don't get sucked into that. I have no time. Yeah. Or if you say I haven't got time, I always say swap that for it's not important enough to me, because it really changes how you think about the task. And then Annie's just saying, totally resonating with this at the moment. Good, Annie. So what's the action on the back of it? You say, if you're in one of my groups, you never get away with it. You have to take action. And Tara, hey, Tara, love the idea of organising your own play day. And this actually really came through when we were on, I was in kind of my high-level elite retreat with the girls I get coached with by Nick last week. And we all said, actually, creating time for the fun. So we'll create time for our development, but sometimes we'll forget the time for the fun. So we all took that action, like, so this week, I'm taking Caleb to inflator space. I'm not going to get on them, but I'll be watching him having fun and getting my lashes done. But you do have to create time for the fun. It doesn't just happen.
No, that's true. I think so. And actually, I think often in a work environment, it is those moments of fun. I've noticed, particularly in lockdown, I have a couple of sessions a week with the team where we don't talk about work and actually just having a laugh, or actually Tara, or Sarah that's mentioning things here, ringing them up, just having a laugh about something else makes, even if it's stressful, even if the other stuff's going on, it makes such a difference to how you feel about the day and your ability to cope with stuff as well. So
absolutely. Well, just laughing just for a few minutes just resets you, gets you back on that high vibration. I love it. So if you are ready and you want some time to create some space for yourself and do some learning with us, we are running the Bounce Back Ability Bootcamp in October. It's October now. So we start next Tuesday at 8 o'clock. And for today only, it's 3 Tuesdays. It's got an exclusive private Facebook group that you come into and share the experience. And some of the guys on here I know have done Chaos to Calm with us and other things. And it's fun, isn't it, Jo, when we create like the little pop-up group?
It's great.
So for the next 3 Tuesdays, the Bounce Back Ability Bootcamp. So if you're feeling like life is a little bit like this and you want to learn how to create a bit more of the inner ing and the inner calm and just the inner, just being okay with knowing how to roll with life, which at the moment we're all learning as we go. Cheryl and I want to show you 9 really important strategies on helping you do that over the next 3 weeks. And for today only, you can buy it for £111. It's a £995 course. So for today only, £111 to our beautiful community. So you'll see me in there. Obviously, I'm going to be in there. Jo, are you coming?
Yeah.
I'm dragging everybody in. Sarah will be there, Tara will be there, Annie's there. So and if it's not for you or if you're already signed up, please feel free to pay the link forward. Just make sure everybody sees it because it ends today. So Jo, thank you so much for coming and sharing your pearls of wisdom with us. It's been fab, and lovely having the team pop up as well, which is so cool. And guys, we will see you all tomorrow. What day is it tomorrow? Friday. So
it's
Friday. Woohoo, Friday. The whole squad will be here to keep you entertained. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.